Hey lovies, hey fam, welcome back to the channel. It is your girl D once again. So I'm back again with another video, and today we're going to tackle air drying. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So air drying is one of the healthiest, safest and fastest way to dry your hair without using any direct heat. As we all know, using blow dryers or flat irons can dry out the hair, makes the hair loses its moisture, and the hair will feel very raw and thirsty and really dry. So air drying is a privilege if you can do it and do it right. It is something that can improve the health of your hair. So I'm here to share with you guys the two ways that you can air dry. You can use a blow dryer on cool air. That one you can use to air dry as well, or you can dry naturally without using any form of dryer. So I'm going to talk about the first one, which is drying the hair naturally. So basically what I do is, if I have a fresh relaxer, what I do is mostly air dry, because that is the way that I can keep my hair as healthy as possible. Because in the beginning you don't really have a lot of difficulties because you have fresh creamy crack and the hair is manageable. It does anything that you want it to do. It stays in place. Wherever you want it to go, it will go. But when you get to that 4 months, 5 months, 6 months mark, if you stretch for a long period of time like I mostly do, that is when you have the complications, and at that time you really have to know what you're doing. So the air drying without using any form of heat, you have to make sure the hair is really detangled, like you do not have any knots, bumps, whatever that will cause breakage or for the hair to tangle. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is try to detangle the hair thoroughly, so that the hair is really set in place for you to air dry. And you just the second thing that you have to do is use a silky, like some sort of leave-in conditioner, like a leave-in conditioner that will set the hair in place and make it really silk and soft, so that whilst you're air drying, the hair doesn't become poofy. Because air drying can be really tricky at times. Like when the hair is damp, it looks like everything is okay, but then once it's dry, you're like, I thought we had an agreement. What is this? You were supposed to stay in place. So air drying is really tricky, especially if you're 4 months, 5 months post relaxer. So that is what you have to do, is make sure the hair is set in place before you air dry. And what can help is when the hair is damped or it is as good as almost dry, using a silk scarf can help you keep the hair in place. So what I do is I will make sure the hair is as good as dry, and then I'll put on a silk scarf, put it really tight, like this. As you can see, if it's tight, the hair is in place. You can already see my new growth popping. Like yesterday I went to the gym, and when you sweat, you can see that it is popping through. This is 1 week old hair, so it loses the volume a bit, but hey. So the first thing you have to do is to make sure the hair is in place before you put your silk scarf on. Put it on for at least about 20 minutes to make sure the hair is really set in place, that it doesn't budge, doesn't move. With that way, you're how do you say it? You've placed the hair in the direction that you want the hair to be, and it is going to stay at that moisture, moisture, moisturize, because air drying, you know, it is the hair, you're drying the hair in its natural state, so it sucks up a lot of the moisture that you put in the hair. So make sure that there is enough moisture. And what I've noticed is when you air dry, the moisture goes out the hair quicker because the hair is thick, it has volume, so the hair just sucks up every moisture that you put in the hair. So make sure there is enough moisture in the hair. Use conditioners that will soften your new growth for the hair to be manageable to comb through, because that is also really crucial when you get to that 4 or 5 months, 6 months mark of you stretching the hair. So these are some of the tips and tricks that you can do to make sure the hair is set in place and that it doesn't move. Also, the next thing that you can do is, whilst you're air drying or whilst the scalp is on, the length of your hair, if you don't want it afterwards to knot or to tangle, you can put it in a braid, like a 3 braid, and it will lock in the moisture that you just put it in the hair. And with that way you can go along like a week or 2 weeks, and it will just lock in the moisture, and the moisture will just stay in place and not go out of the hair. So we're going to talk about the second air drying trick process, which is using the air dry on cool air. So that is much easier, let me say, than drying the hair naturally in its natural state. So with that, what you're going to do is put your hair dryer on cool air, no heat whatsoever. And what I will do it, I will part the hair like from the back in sections like this. I will just section the hair and then use the heat. The trick is also make sure that the hair is combed through and that you do not have any tangles. So I'm going to put this one away, and you're going to stretch the hair and blow dry it in the direction that you want the hair to dry. Or you can use a brush as you're going through it with the dryer. You can use a brush to set the hair in the direction. So you're going to stretch the hair so that once the hair is stretched, it is already in the direction that you want the hair to be, and in that way it is also going to dry in the same direction. So this is what I would do on cool air. Do it section by section, section by section, until the hair is dry. Use a leave-in conditioner before you dry, because even though it is not hot air, it is still using air, and you're speeding up the process of you air drying. So the hair is going to feel a little bit dry. So before you do it, use a leave-in conditioner to your preference. The one that I use, that I stick by to this day, is the Cream of Nature Strengthen and Shine with argan oil. Is a must. If you don't have it, go get it. That leave-in conditioner has saved my hair from a lot of tangles and knots. So you can use that, or in a cream form, whatever floats your boat. You can use that to blow dried on cool air. Don't kill me. On cool air, to make sure the hair is dried. And as when you finish, as of that, like you can use a scalp as well to soften the new growth, because the hair is going to be a bit poofy because you speed up the process, and it is not flat. You're not flat ironing, or you're not flat blow drying it, so it is going to feel a bit poofy, like, let's say, like this texture that I have up to here. This is how the hair is going to look. So by you using the same way, the scalp, pushing the hair back like this and using the scalp, it will also help. And also moisture. It doesn't mean because the hair is not as how do you say it? It doesn't have that coily curls underneath it that it doesn't need moisture. It still needs moisture because the hair is going to be dry. Either way how you put it, the hair is going to be dry because it is relaxed. So once you're relaxed, or even natural for that matter, moisture should be a must. Don't skip moisture because you learn the hard way. It is like with me, sometimes I get lazy. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that I do everything perfectly. No, that is not the case. I have my days like this week, mentally, emotionally, like everything. My emotions are all over the place because the kids are starting school. Your routine changes from vacation to now them starting school. So it is a bit like a lot, and I was not really in the mood of filming, but hey, you gotta pick yourself up. In the words of Aaliyah, first you don't succeed, try and try again. Don't stay in that depression state. Just stays there. It is only going to get worse. So this is just by the way. I had to get it out there. So these are some of the tricks and things you can do to speed up your air drying process. It is a must. I prefer doing that compared to air drying. Mostly, I know you guys see my hair and it is like sleek, but I actually do not blow dry my hair that much. I keep it a long time. Like I keep the straight hair in for a long period of time. So you might think that I'm always blow drying my hair, which is not the case. So I'm also going to put it into practice and show you how I do it. This is like the theory part of the air drying. So I'm going to do the practical part also to show you how I go about it. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. And the thing that you have to remember is before you air dry, make sure the hair is damp. Don't air dry on wet hair. Use a leave-in conditioner to soften your new growth or to protect the hair before you air dry. You can blow dry the hair on cool air or let it dry naturally. Moisture. So I'm going to leave you with this tips and tricks. Don't forget to subscribe, like the videos, and I have to get this out of my chest. Like, I don't get how I have 900 subscribers and I post the video and it's like only 200 people that watches the video. Like, I'm like, how? If you're not interested in watching the video, it is not by force to subscribe to my channel. You can just come and watch the video without subscribing. So I don't get why you subscribe. Yes, I'm talking to you who have subscribed and do not watch my video. God is watching you. Yeah, you. God is watching you. So this was it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a lovely week and stay on your grind. Drink a lot of water and mind your own business. That is what is going to get your skin looking healthy, flaky, just minding your own business. So thank you guys so much, and as always, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.